One of the most important tools for navigating change is to know the process for change. And one of the simplest processes for change that I found was cited by David Nagel in his Art of Success training many, many years ago. And I want to share that with you today. So this is a 5-part transformation or change process, and it's awareness, decision, change, adapt, and grow. And I want to share these different steps with you and how it can look. So awareness is a place where you really want to think about what is it that you really want to change and why. It can actually be a little bit painful because you have to take a very honest look at yourself, at your situation. It may be your organization. Maybe you want to take your organization to the next level or your leadership team to the next level. It could be that you have a personal goal, a personal work goal that you're looking to accomplish that you've not been able to achieve. It could be something like a lack of engagement in your team or another kind of goal that you're looking to achieve. And what this means is we gain awareness of this, and then we need to look at ourselves and look at others and look at the environment and think about, well, what's really going on here? You know, what am I thinking about this? What patterns am I generating that are perpetuating this situation? And am I willing to really think about this in a new way? So that awareness awareness step really can take a lot of soul searching because the next step is to make a decision to do something. So a lot of times people stay up in the awareness, they become aware of a situation that needs to change, but they're hesitant to change. So you need a lot of courage to say, okay, I need to make a change. And then a lot more courage to actually make the change, which is step 3. So when you make the change, that's the action place. That's where you're actually doing things differently. You're asking for new responses and new ways of being from yourself and from perhaps your team if you're leading a team or an organization. The expectations may shift. The way you communicate with yourself and others may shift. These are changes that need to be put in place. Operationally, you may have shifts. System-wise, you may have shifts. And then the next step is step 4, which is adapting to the new changes. So a lot of folks, a lot of organizations will go through the change, but they haven't set up the infrastructure to support the change long term. And that's where we can really get in trouble because it's not a perfect path. It's not a perfect system. We're always going to be challenged. We're going to go back to our default and say, oh, that's the way things always worked, or this is the way it's always been done. I can do it faster if I just do it myself versus, say, delegating out to someone else. These are all important shifts that we need to accommodate, and we need to have the infrastructure in place to be able to support that. And then we grow. And the thing about this process is it's not really linear because at any point you can get hung up in maybe making a decision and then putting off the actual change. So here we are, we've made the decision, but nothing's happening. I've done that. I don't know about any of you guys, but that happens a lot. And so there's no real good time for the change. It's not the right time, and that never happens. That can be a problem. The other thing is what I've talked about before is where you make the change, but you don't have all of the different kinds of infrastructure in place to support the change. So be mindful, think about right now, where are you in this process? And think about what you need in order to make the next step. Thanks so much. I look forward to hearing your comments or thoughts. Feel free to leave them below.